Welcome to our unique financial channel. I'm not sure how you got here, but I'm so glad you're here because, folks, there's nothing else like it on YouTube. Here you're going to find a wealth of information that will be reinforced the more videos you watch. You can't just watch one video because it'll bring out all kinds of different principles. You will gain a unique perspective on financial concepts like sequence of returns risk. What the heck is that? Compound growth. Well, we somewhat know about that. But share and learn so much more. How about the importance of your asset allocation? How about the impact of inflation? How relevant is the 4% withdrawal rule and so on? On this channel, we use actual historical numbers in dozens of different spreadsheets. And as we run the numbers for actual people, the above concepts right here are going to be reinforced again and again. Folks, we put out over 600 videos. Check out a few of them, and you will definitely be reinforced in what you're understanding about these different concepts. So what we do on this channel is use the returns, 100 years worth of data. These are the returns for the S&P 500. The red are down years, the green are positive years. And we run the numbers because we figure it's probably not going to be any worse going forward than what happened in the Depression years. So we go ahead and run the numbers. So here's one of the spreadsheets, one of the many that we use. Here I got this request from somebody. They said they're 63 years old. They have a beginning balance of $1.1 million. Again, folks, everybody's numbers are going to be different. Okay. Don't be depressed if you don't have this much. Okay. We also on this channel, we look at, let's give an individual, he wants to have a 3% COLA and he wants to withdraw, let's see, 5,500 a month. All these are variables that we can change. 5,500 a month. He says he wants to wait to take Social Security at age 70. Well, he's 63 now. Also, another thing we do is we're going to do a 60-40 asset allocation. So we're kind of covering all of our bases here with this spreadsheet. There's so much here I could point out here, but we want to key in on what he wants to know, uh, how long his money will last. So I think we've got all the variables in place except one very key one. He tells me what he's going to get in Social Security at age 70. So from the first through the seventh year, he's not going to take Social Security, but finally at age seventh, which is actually the beginning of the eighth year, he's going to take Social Security. Now, what is he going to get for Social Security? This is something else people don't realize, and I'm going to go ahead and show you how we arrive at this number that we're going to enter here. We're going to go here. He says right now, let's see, he's age 63. He says he's going to get 3,300 a month at age 70. So what I've done is figured out what he would be getting at age 67 because you get 124% of that of what you get at age 67. So I ran the numbers at age 67, he would be getting 2661, but he's waiting till age 70 to get 3,300. If he took it right now, it looks like he'd be getting 1,996, but he's able to wait and retire because he's got that $1.1 million. But the thing about this 3,300 is it's going to grow over the next. If he's looking at this right now and he's going to get 3,300 age 70, he's going to get more than that because every year you get a COLA. Let's go ahead and run the numbers here. Age 70, which would be 7 years from now, that 3,300 will grow to 3,922 at age 70. So we're going to actually use that number, 3922. 3922. Again, all these principles we're bringing out here, you need to kind of watch more than just this one video to catch what's actually going on here. But it's going to run the numbers. Again, we do it for every single year for the last 100 years using the good decades, the bad decades, and everything in between. Right now, I want you to notice 5,500 on a 1,100,000. That's a 6% withdrawal rate. That's quite a bit higher than the 4% rule, which we talk about in other videos. Each one of these, as you watch the videos, you're going to learn more and more about each of these different concepts, and your eyes are going to be open because we use actual numbers, actual returns. We don't rely on Monte Carlos. We want to look at 100 years worth of data. Folks, I want you to notice something here. With a 60-40 asset allocation, a 3% COLA on that 5,500, growing up like this, not taking Social Security till the eighth year. In other words, the first 7 years, this money's coming out, and of course, it's growing by 3% a year. Finally, in the eighth year, we have this Social kicking in, but that's going to be 39.22. So he's no longer going to need these $5,000 and $6,000 amounts. He's going to just need 2,000. In this case, folks, every scenario, because in the eighth year he's down to a 2.16% withdrawal rate, he's not going to run out of money. Even if we have returns like 1929, these are the actual returns. Let me click on 1929. Imagine starting out with $1.1 million, having 4 down years, and after 4 down years, you're down to 431,000, less than half of what you started with. No wonder people panicked. But if you just would stick with it, having a cash reserve account, so when the market's going down, you're taking these kind of sums not out of the S&P 500, which is already being knocked down. You want to have some kind of a cash reserve account. That's why we just ran a 60-40 asset allocation. But folks, in this scenario, he would actually not run out of money, though it'd get kind of iffy along in here. But you can see they're going down through what you would have left after 20 years, starting out with $1.1 million, using all these numbers because Social Security kind of saves his day, even though he waits till the eighth year to take it. But he saves the day. You'd still have $731,000 left. You can go down through what you have left after 10 years, after 20 years, and after 30 years. And the 1929 numbers are showing up right there. After 20 years, 731,000 left. You can see it right here. This is a summary table for each of these time periods. Instead of looking all the way down through here, you can just see it right here. There's after 20 years, you'd have 731,000 left. No matter what year I click on, it gives us what you'd have left after 20 years and so on. For example, 1927 numbers, you're going to see 1.539 million. But in no scenario do you run out of money given this scenario, because Social Security comes in and saves the day. And again, I didn't run a 3,300 because it does grow by the COLA. So that's why we use this number right here. Now, if he took Social Security a little bit earlier, all these numbers would change, but also these numbers, when you start taking it, these would change. If you took it earlier, you'd have Social Security kicking in at a lower amount, yes, but you'd be kicking in earlier, so you'd take less out. But this 6% withdrawal rate is well above the 4% withdrawal rate, but because he has so much to begin with and he has Social Security kicking in the eighth year with this kind of amount, he's going to be in just fine shape. Again, folks, this is using the numbers for the last 100 years, and in no case would he run out of money. So that's what I wanted to do for him. I wanted to run numbers for him, but just again, there's so many different things that we bring out on this channel, and all we do is run actual numbers for what's happened in the past. We figure it's going to happen like that in the future. Not exactly the same, but it's not going to be any worse than like the Depression years. If it's worse than the Depression years, then I guess this channel isn't for you. But anyway, let's go ahead and review what we did on this channel. Is a beginning amount, how much he's going to take out, and we need to increase that by 3% a year, which we did, because that's the COLA he asked for. We did a 60-40 split, and we kicked in Social Security in the eighth year, and in no case would he run out of money in the last 100 years. Again, that's what we do on this channel. We run numbers for people. We love doing it. Please consider subscribing. Please tell your friends about this channel. You can learn a wealth of information when you see the actual numbers being run. You can learn about all these different concepts. Thanks so much for watching.